The Seattle Seahawks beat the Los Angeles Rams in yesterday's game, and they're headed to the Super Bowl. Today, we're going to talk about some of what we saw on the offensive side by the Seahawks. We'll look at some of the explosive plays they had. We'll look at some of the offensive linemen and some of what they're able to do. We'll talk about the quarterback as well. This one is one of those videos where we're going to just talk, man. I'm really excited to see the Seahawks get into that Super Bowl and take on the Patriots. Truth be told, I think the last two games that the Seahawks have won against the Niners and Rams were probably harder than the team that they're about to play in the Super Bowl. That's my personal opinion. We'll see what ends up happening. But you should be excited, man. The Seahawks have put together a really solid roster. And truth be told, man, it's this offensive line that's allowing this team to have that success. Of course, great coach on the defensive side, great coach on the offensive side. Sam Darnold's played absolutely ridiculous. Jackson Smith-Njigba is the best wide receiver in the NFL. But it's these guys right here, this pass off, and Bradford gets the eyes to the inside. You get these linebackers to drop out of here. It's Sundell looking over here. It's Gray Zabel anchoring down. It's Charles Cross playing injured and coming in and pitching a shutout. To me, it's the offensive lineman that keeps Sam Darnold clean to allow him to hit this for 51 yards. And again, it's not just the offensive line, of course. The offensive line had a phenomenal day against what I think is one of the best young defensive lines in the NFL. We're going to just go through some of these plays. Jackson Smith-Njigba, man, just a phenomenal play. 16 yards, just like that. And it's crazy because this is just a quick throw out here. And this is technically a run-pass option. The quarterback could have handed this off. You guys can watch the offensive line. I'll flip to the end zone angle so you guys can see it a little bit better. But the offensive linemen are run blocking. This is going to be an outside zone concept to the left here. Let me just slow it down so it's a little bit easier to see. Gray Zabel's going to double team, and he's going to want the center to overtake this guy, and he's going to climb up to these linebackers. This is a run play, right? Or a run pass option, I should say. And when you have Jackson Smith-Njigba out there in a one-on-one, he's going to be able to win, especially if this corner is going to give him some space. Phenomenal job right there by this guy. But more than that, watch Kenneth Walker on this 2-yard touchdown. 3rd and 2. The Rams get a stop here that flips the momentum, given the fact that the Seahawks are essentially inside the 10-yard line, and they had 3 plays to score that touchdown. 3rd and 2, if the Rams get off the field here, they have that momentum. And honestly, they probably should have gotten off the field here. I mean, to me, that right there, the fact that you have a linebacker that essentially is going to come free. Number 40 is literally right in the gap. 34 here is to the right side of Kenneth Walker. The defensive end here technically has the outside gap contained. There is nowhere for Kenneth Walker to go. But again, look at the quick feet. Absolutely incredible stop-start quickness. Hits this to the outside, and he ends up scoring a touchdown. This right here is a phenomenal job by Kenneth Walker. But again, it's not just Kenneth Walker or Jackson Smith-Njigba. It's also the offensive lineman up front. On this one here, keep an eye on the center. Watch the reach block. A very difficult reach block because you have to not only get your hands on that nose tackle, but you have to pass him off and make sure the right guard, you're helping him enough where the right guard can overtake this. And in this one, I mean, look at this. Look at the center get the hands into the nose. Right guard does a great job being able to reach this. And look at that. You get the reach by the right guard. You get the reach by the center. That's what's going to allow these plays to pop. This one hits for 6 yards. More than that, just backing this up here. Watch the tight end here. Watch A.J. Barner. He's going to end up going in motion. And watch him just straight deplete the defensive end. Just put the defensive end into the ground. All right, look at that block right there. Physical, tough. Charles Cross as well, right? Watch Cross. 6'7" is going to have a reach on the linebacker. Linebacker jumps the backside gap. The footwork to stop yourself and make the block right there. That's impressive as well, right? Again, the offensive line had such a great game yesterday as run blocking, pass blocking. To me, this was probably the best game I had watched on tape from the Seahawks offense. And there's a chance they may have left some points out there as well, right? You're going to watch Kenneth Walker pick up 8 yards on this one. Watch these blocks here by the left guard, left tackle. Keep an eye on the left guard first. Gray Zabel, I think, has done such a great job this season, and he's only just developed, more and more as the season's kind of went on. He's going to get that left hand onto that defensive end, gets up to the linebacker, and look at him just set up perfectly to the inside of the linebacker. That's a good linebacker right there. Zabel, smart, right to the inside of this guy, and look at that lane just develop. Part of that is because of this block right here. Charles Cross, phenomenal job with the footwork. You're going to get a run stump between the linebacker and the D-tackle. So the D-tackle has to jump the inside gap. And watch Cross, who has a reach block on the defensive end here. Maybe a defensive tackle. He does a great job reaching, and then the defensive tackle here has to get way over the top because it is a run stop. And then look at him overcommit. Cross just stays on top of that. And you're going to pick up about 8.5, 9 yards on this one. Just a really good job by those guys up front. Talk about dominant. Watch Gray Zabel here. Watch this block. You're going to get a screen to the right. Keep an eye on this guy, man. Look at him get way over here to the right. Picks off this linebacker. Phenomenal block by Gray Zabel. This guy's taken a huge step, in my opinion, the last 6 to 7 weeks. And he's just getting better and better and better. Check out this 3rd and 2 play. Keep an eye on Jackson Smith and Jigba way up here at the top. Watch this catch, man. This is absolutely incredible. And I think a lot of people have already seen this play, but this is just ridiculous. Especially from the all-22 angle. I don't know if people recognize just how far he has to lean out there. He's not catching this one-handed just to catch it. He literally has to lean out because this is a hard pass from Sam Darnold. You have a guy essentially standing right in the passing lane. Darnold can't throw this too narrow, gets picked off. He has to throw it over the top and way out here to the sideline. And to me, look at the fact that it's all the way out there, one-handed. 3rd and 2, the Rams could have technically gotten a stop here. Maybe you force a field goal. Really, really, really nice job right there if you guys ask me. Check this play out. You're going to hit for 42 yards here to Jackson Smith and then Jigba on a post route. Phenomenal pass by the quarterback. Phenomenal job by the offensive line. 42 yards, 2nd and 10. This drive ends up leading into a touchdown for the Seahawks. To me, just a really, really nice job by the design element, the quarterback, the pass, the offensive line. And, one of the things that I love about the Seahawks offense, and, just credit to Clint Kubiak, is just the route concepts and the spacing and how you essentially attack some of these defenses. By putting Kupp here in motion and having him run a vertical concept, you're essentially going to hold either the cornerback, if this is cover 3, which is what it looks like. It ends up rotating into a cover 2, and what that's going to do is it's going to hold the safety over the top, given Kupp's running down the middle of the field. At the same time, you're going to have this deep in route, which will also hold the safety over here to the right. And then with that, you have a linebacker that's going to be dropping into the middle of the field, and he has to make a decision. You can either take the in route, or you can take the post route here. And there's just not a lot of defenses in the NFL that could stop the route concepts here. If you're in a cover 3, he ends up getting open. If you're in a cover 2 or cover 4, you're probably going to have a one-on-one opportunity here with Jackson Smith-Jigba, as well as the safety here, which I would take that matchup all day. You just got to give a lot of credit here to the design of this offense here. Clint Kubiak, to me, is the Ben Johnson of this draft cycle. I think he's going to end up becoming a head coach somewhere. And they're going to be really, really good wherever he ends up going because the route concepts and the designs, you just see it on tape, right? You can just see from a quarterback's perspective how easy it is, right? And Sam Darnold, of course, is executing these plays, so let's not overlook that. The offensive lineman. On this one here, you're going to have some chips by the running back as well as the tight end. But Charles Cross is going to be in a one-on-one here against Jared Verse. And watch Charles Cross here do a phenomenal job being able to shut it down. Now, he does end up getting swiped by Verse early on. He does end up kind of leaning forward. He does a great job recovering, and Sam Darnold also does a great job being able to feel the pressure. So Cross here is going to get the left hand chopped. Keep an eye on it. He's going to throw the strike with the left hand. Gets Cross. He gets kind of caught leaning forward. But look at that recovery with the right hand. And it's kind of hard to see, but the right hand is going to end up landing to the inside chest. And he just stays right on top of it. And Sam Darnold kind of steps up. Phenomenal job by Charles Cross. And I say that because even though he gave up a little bit of pressure, keep in mind, this is one of the best defensive ends in the NFL. I think Verse is a top 5 to 7 defensive end in the NFL. And Charles Cross had a one-on-one against this guy on this play. Keep in mind, in the huddle, this is a deep design concept, right? You understand the quarterback has a 5-step drop on this one. He's going to push the ball downfield. You're taking a shot, right? It's essentially a shot play. So you know that you're in a one-on-one here, and you have to be able to hold up. And you have to be able to give your quarterback that time. And he does a great job being able to do that. On the other side of this, you look at the right guard, right tackle. They're going to do a great job swapping this. And Lucas is a really nice job early on helping Bradford and recognizing the other defensive end. Young is actually stunting to the inside, so keep an eye on Lucas. And watch Bradford swap this as well, just super quick. The swap happens. Bradford gets back to the inside, shuts down the defensive end as Lucas shuts down the defensive tackle. I mean, to me, it's just such a great matchup. And, from the design element, the wide receiver that's catching the ball, the quarterback's doing a phenomenal job. The concept to the offensive line executing their blocks. I am telling you guys, man, the Seattle Seahawks that I watched this season, this is elite, man. It is absolutely elite. And the crazy thing is so many of these guys are just super young, right? I think technically Lucas is still, I believe this is his final year on his rookie contract. Literally every single one of those 5 guys up there, I believe, are on rookie contracts. That's wild. And the thing is they're only going to get better and better and better. And then more than that, Sam Darnold's still fairly young for a quarterback. Jaxon Smith-Njigba, again, I believe he's on his rookie contract as well. And that doesn't talk about the other side of the field. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and get into this next play here. One of the things the Rams are known for is mixing coverage. And essentially what that means is, you might show a cover 3, which is what this looks like right now. But what ends up happening is, post snap, one of these guys are, essentially going to rotate in a way where you don't really know what the defense is post snap. And you're essentially trying to confuse Sam Darnold. So I showed you guys that huge play to Jaxon Smith-Njigba, where the Rams essentially mixed coverage, right? Initially it looked like it was cover 3. They ended up mixing it into cover 2. And then the linebacker kind of got put into conflict. Well, on this one here, look at the safety. He's going to end up going way down here to the right. So what initially looks like cover 3 is going to end up being cover 2. And you guys can see that the corner at the top is now essentially responsible for the half the field. So as this safety gets over the top of the wide receiver, Jaxon Smith-Njigba down here, what ends up happening is, well, now you just left a huge void in the middle of the defense. And Sam Darnold reads this, man, and he just ends up hitting Bobo, who's wide open, runs a phenomenal route. 17-yard touchdown just like that, man. Phenomenal job by Sam Darnold to recognize the coverage. Now you're going to get a play action on this one. He's going to end up reading this to the right. He sees the safety, comes back to the left, and hits the wide receiver. Again, keep an eye on the helmet of Sam Darnold. Play action, looks right first, sees the safety go over the top, comes back to the left, recognizes the void. And that's a phenomenal pass with pressure in your face. A 17-yard touchdown, just a really good job by a really, really good quarterback. And I don't think Darnold gets the credit that he deserves. Seahawks fans might give him credit, but I think around the NFL, Sam Darnold does not get the credit that I think he deserves. I think he's such a great quarterback, and he just executes the offense perfectly. When you have an elite offensive coordinator or an elite play caller, it is for the quarterback to call those plays, right? Of course, we've seen, Josh McDaniels win Super Bowls with Tom Brady. Josh McDaniels is now having that same type of success with Drake May. McDaniels' offense is a little bit different, but, you look at Sean McVay and the success he's had. Matthew Stafford executes that offense well. You look at Clint Kubiak and the offense he designs. Sam Darnold executes it really, really, really well. And Sam Darnold does not get the type of credit that guys like Tom Brady and guys like Matthew Stafford get. But I think he deserves so much more credit. And I'm not saying this guy is, Tom Brady level. Obviously not. Tom Brady's the GOAT. But Sam Darnold's really, really, really good. And, obviously you got the Super Bowl coming up now in 2 weeks. But I'm excited to kind of continue to watch Sam Darnold and the Seahawks, because this team, the coaching staff, is the real deal. And we'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully the Seahawks do end up finding that success. Hopefully they end up winning the Super Bowl. I'll be cheering for them, truth be told. But we'll see what ends up happening. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was obviously different than the general videos that we do. I didn't want to focus only on the offensive line, but I did want to kind of talk about it. But I also wanted to look at some of these plays, because I think there's just such great plays on the offensive side, right? 2nd and 10, this takes guts right here to not just run the clock out, but to go out there and win the game. It's exactly what the Seahawks did. That last play was 2nd and 10. This was 2nd and 7. And this takes guts, right? To throw the ball in a situation where, maybe other people would run the football. Tom Brady, as he was talking, continuously said, just run the ball, punt the football, play defense. And Clint Kubiak, Mike McDonald, they had different plans, man. They wanted to win this game. And that's exactly what ended up happening, right? You win this game because of some of these play calls. The aggressiveness. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time with another video.